Welcome to my channel. My name is Jacob Ferguson, and today we are going to be reviewing All Stars 9 Episode 10, the Lollapalooza SmackDown. The Queens had to perform in a Lollapalooza lip sync SmackDown for the win, and category on the runway was lip sync assassin drag. Now, I did not take good pictures of these runways. I'm gonna show them to you, but again, two of them you can't even see the person because of the lights. So I'm sorry about that. Before we get into the episode, I want to extend my condolences to Shelley Duvall, who passed away yesterday. I first heard of her through Fairy Tale Theater, but I know a lot of you guys know her from The Shining and Popeye and Time Travelers. She was an amazing actress, and she was a national treasure, and I loved her. She's the first person that really introduced me to Jeff Goldblum too. I think the Three Little Pigs was the first thing I saw Jeff Goldblum in, which is weird. As a kid, because I hadn't seen Jurassic Park yet. You know, I wasn't old enough. So my condolences. Let's get started. So the queens enter the workroom and are congratulating both Georges and Chanel, but mostly Chanel, because Chanel went from 0 badges to 2. But Nina West is a little bit mad because Georges and Chanel won 2 badges, one to keep and one to give away, and they decided to give each other both the badges. So Chanel got 2 badges, so 1 badge for winning and 1 badge for that Georges gave her, and Georges got 2 badges, one that Chanel gave her and one that she won herself. And Nina is mad because Chanel was supposed to give her badge to Nina, which is a blatant lie. You can give your badge to anybody that you want to, and there's no consequences for that. But Nina West is mad. But let's not forget that Nina West gave her badge when she got 2 badges to Roxy Andrews. Somebody who I don't think needed 2 badges. Needed that badge. Because Roxy could have done without it and still have been in the position that she's in right now. Because Roxy is good. So Nina is furious at Chanel. I wouldn't say furious, she's a little bit disappointed, but you gotta draw drama from somewhere, and this is the drama. If you hear running around, it is because of Marcy. I introduced her last time. She's still being herself, and in a household like this, we accept that. But sometimes I wish that she was just a little bit more less energetic. So, the queens walk back into the workroom the next day, and Vanjie and Roxy admit that they were in an online situationship type thing, where they were sending pictures back and forth to each other. They didn't date, but I mean, that Vanjie has, had the most relationships in Drag Race history. There was Brooklyn on season 11, Cameron Michaels during the Vegas review, and now Roxy Andrews, we're just now revealing that she did something with Vanjie. So everybody wants, the name on everybody's lips is going to be Vanjie, apparently. And Gottmik's like, well, that's my man, but it's a joke. She don't mean that. So the queens are very confused about what the next challenge will be. You know, a Lollapalooza is not a normal thing that you would see in a season, so like this. Though I think they're becoming more and more common. I think every season should have a lip sync Lollapalooza, either for the eliminated queens or for the queens still in the competition. But the queens get told that they're going to be doing this and to get into lip sync assassin drag, and Nina West is immediately mad because Georges is probably going to win this. Sorry, I was sneezing. And so she's just angry at Chanel for choosing to give her the badge, uh, and she's like, Georges is gonna have 5 badges, and we'll get into when Nina's lip sync happens. Some about Nina West, but for right now, all you need to know is that Nina, girl, there's no chance. So let's get started with the runways. Again, all of them are horrible quality. I mean, what else is new? But all of them are horrible quality because I didn't know. I just immediately just went, okay, okay, I'm doing this. So this is Angeria. It's just a bodysuit. Gottmik. Um, Again, just a bodysuit. I know you can't really see it, but it's got chains on it. Vanessa Vanjie Mateo. Looks like a school teacher. Chanel's is the best outfit of all of these. It would be something that I think would be very beautiful. Roxy kind of has this blue overcoat looking like damn blueberry going on. You can't even see Nina West, and that's the problem. Like, you can't see her. That's supposed to be Nina West. She has on a very, very gaudy outfit with flowers and polka dots, and it looks like Miss Boo Boo the Fool appeared. Georges looks good in a bodysuit, and you can't really see Plastique, but she's wearing yellow. So, those are the lip sync outfits. RuPaul introduces all of the songs, and all of them are songs that we have seen before on the show. And I only think 2 of them needed to be redone. There's My Lovin', Never Gonna Get It by In Vogue from season 2. Groove is in the Heart by Delight from season 10. I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan from season 6. When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls from season 5 and season 13. Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler from season 9. And I'm trying to think if there's any more. I know there's more, but You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record by Dead or Alive from All Stars 4. And also Break Free by Ariana Grande from season 7. Now, the only 2 that I think needed to... Hey, Marcy, you're not getting in there. She tried to eat a broom earlier today, so I had to lock it up, and now she wants another taste of the broom. Hey, little ma'am, Miss Ma'am, don't do that. Whenever I tell her not to do something or not to go somewhere, and I close it off, she's like, "Oh, I'm getting in there." Like I closed the door to my room last night, and she busted in there like the Kool-Aid Man. So my problem with all of these songs is that we've seen them before. The only 2 that I think we should have redone are You Spin Me Right Round by Dead or Alive and My Lovin', Never Gonna Get It by In Vogue. One of them, the In Vogue song, because it was on season 2, obviously it needed to be redone at some point. And this one, You Spin Me Right Round by Dead or Alive, because that lip sync was the worst lip sync on All Stars 4. So, my problem is that the rest of these have so much storyline behind them, right? Even the ones that didn't, that I think we need to redo. Hold on. Even the ones that I think we need to redo, had storyline behind them. You have Aja completely demolishing Kimora Black to Holding Out for a Hero and proving that she deserved to stay after she made that horrible garment in the Princess Challenge. Asia defeating the Vixen in her first ever lip sync. The Vixen had lip synced 4 times at this point. 3 times, I think. It was 3 times, right? Yeah, it was 3 times. Um, this was her third time. And she went home, and it was during the share challenge. Jaden Dewar Fierce showing that she was a really, really potential threat by defeating Candy Ho, the current lip sync assassin of season 7, and becoming a lip sync assassin herself to break free. Latrice coming back and proving all that she's worth on All Stars 4 against Trinity Taylor and sending home Valentina. And that was to You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record. Coco Montrese proving that she's a lip sync assassin to When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls. Raven defeating Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia to My Lovin' You're Never Gonna Get It by En Vogue. And Trinity K. Bonet absolutely demolishing I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan. You know, these are things that we know and love about these queens. And so to reuse the lip sync songs were kind of not very good. And they kind of got worse as they went along. I think that the first 4 songs, good. The last 3 songs, I kind of just felt like they were not trying their best. So let's start. So first and foremost, Bruno is there. He spins the hopper, and the fickle hand of fate chose Gottmik. And Gottmik ends up choosing Angeria. Big mistake, huge. I would have gone for Nina West. First and foremost, I would have been Nina. If that ball had pulled out Jacob, I was Nina. Nina West, please. Now, Nina probably would have chose a song that I didn't like, but I would have at least knew that I had a fighting chance up against her. I would not have chosen Angeria. I probably would have chosen Gottmik. Probably could have chosen Chanel. The rest of them, I would not want to go up against. So, Gottmik choosing Angeria, I think, was not strategy. I think it was just spur of the moment. I'll go with Angeria. Those two have history together. Those two will fight for their lives together. So, Angeria ends up choosing My Lovin' by En Vogue. And immediately, I was throwing money. I was just like, you better get it. Because Angeria bodied this song. She embodied it and she bodied it. Angeria, for me, on season 14 was not the best lip syncer. Even though they literally gave her 3 songs, the 3 times that she lip synced on season 14, that were not in her wheelhouse. I think that she has had 2 songs here, 3 songs technically because of Be My Lover, that she has been able to connect with more. I still think her best lip sync is $1 Million Bill by Whitney Houston, but what I will say is that she went hard on this song. She knew that it was in her wheelhouse. She knew that that's what was up. And honestly, kudos to her. Gottmik did not want this song. She wanted I'm Every Woman, or she wanted When I Grow Up. But the only one of those that I could see Angeria choosing is Shaka Khan. But I think the reason that she didn't was because she wanted to make sure that Gottmik went home. So Gottmik, who has won both of her lip syncs here, is not able to really keep up with Angeria. And you know who's going to win when they do the whoa, 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 because Angeria was the only person that they showed doing that. Gottmik, they didn't show Gottmik doing that. I don't think it was necessarily balanced. I think that Angeria clearly won this, and Gottmik got the boot. Not from the competition, but just the boot in general. Back to the workroom with the. She's kind of mad. She's like, I shouldn't have picked Angeria, but that's what you get. So up next, the ball hits Vanjie, and Vanjie chooses Plastique Tiara, and Plastique chooses When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls. This was one of the best lip syncs of the night. This was not the best lip sync. I still think that the fourth lip sync is the best lip sync of the night. But my God, did these queens turn it out. Vanjie and Plastique did that. Vanjie more so because, she was just taking off. She took off the shirt. She showed her ass. Plastique also did a change. But the thing about Plastique is that we've seen her lip sync 5 times now. This is her 5th time. And each time she is able to connect to the song, but she's not really doing that great in comparison to the other queens on that stage. I think the only person that she could beat out in a lip sync would be Nina West. But she didn't get to choose Nina West. Vanjie chose her. And Vanjie only chose Plastique because she chose the song that Vanjie wanted. When I Grow Up was Vanjie's first pick. And even though Plastique knew the words this time, most of them at least, there was a part where she did not, and I clocked that. I said, oh, you don't know the words a little bit. Plastique was like, I've always wanted to do the Pussycat Dolls up here. I think that's great, sis. I think that's wonderful. You still lost. So Vanjie definitely bodied that performance. Plastique did good too. If I'm having to cream and crunch them, which I guess I am, Angeria gets a cream, Gottmik gets a crunch, Vanjie gets a cream, and Plastique gets a cream. It was really well done. So Vanjie is the winner, and Plastique is sent back to the workroom, and she's a little bit sad. And next up, the ball lands on Nina West. I had to sneeze there. And Nina West chooses Chanel, which is a great choice for her. And that means that Roxy and Jorgeous will have to step to the back of the stage. And Nina West and Chanel chooses You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record by Dead or Alive. And Nina West and Chanel lip sync. When I tell you this lip sync did surprise me because Nina West held her own here. It was very hard to choose who was going to win. Either one of them could have, and I would have been like, okay, well, that's great. You're not going to last the next round, but if it was Nina, you're not going to last the next round, but hey, that's okay. Chanel really did a very good job with the performance. And as did Nina. Nina's horrid outfit revealed to... I'm not going to say it was a better outfit. It wasn't. It was very just punch in the time card of Boo Boo the Fool. But she and Chanel both really turned it out. It was a good lip sync. But this is my problem with Nina West, right? This is a lip syncing show. As Charlie says, she only does sushi twice a year, and she's not very good at it. And RuPaul claps back, well, we do sushi on the show all the time. These queens do sushi all the time, and Nina West is not very good at making sushi. And that's just the call and response of it. She just does not do that well during lip syncs. I think all of her lip syncs this season, bar maybe this one and also Lover Girl, which she did okay in, she's just not a good lip syncer. And it's because, I guess, they're not giving her any songs to do that she's good at, but also, we're not going to pay licensing fees for Disney songs. That's just not how it goes. So the closest that she's gonna get is an '80s, "You Spin Me Right Round" type song, um, which she got. Um, but if she's gonna make it to the final three, she's never gonna win this competition, and that's the problem, right? She's never gonna win Drag Race, because Drag Race nowadays comes down to a lip sync. And I understand Jinx Monsoon won based on track record, but let's get the elephant out of the room here. Even on All Star 7, Jinx Monsoon was not really given any songs that were in her repertoire, but she made them work. Anytime that she was in the top and won, she made it work. As for Nina, each time she's in the top, she just doesn't make it work. So if she's in the finale and she's having to lip sync against Roxy, Angeria, any of these queens, she's not going to win. And it's because she doesn't have the track record to back it up, and she is not a good lip syncer. So, Marcy, you're not getting in there. So Chanel wins, and Nina is sent back to the workroom. So up next is Roxy versus Georges, and Roxy gets to pick the song. I think it would have been a gag if they would have been like, if Georges would have been like, "Rue, don't even spin that, I'm gonna let Roxy pick the song." Or Roxy said, "Rue, don't even spin that, I'm gonna let Georges pick the song." I think that would have kind of been iconic, but they didn't do that. They spun, and Roxy ended up getting to choose the song. And Roxy has a deep connection with Bonnie Tyler's "Holding Out for a Hero" because her drag grandmother and her drag mother did that song for talent shows, and she wants to portray it on the main stage. It's always a story with Roxy Andrews, but hey, if you gotta do that, that's what you gotta do. And so Roxy chooses "Holding Out for a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler, and she and Georgia start lip syncing. When I tell you, hold on, when I tell you that this lip sync was the best of the night, it was the best of the night. Hold on. So Roxy's blue coat reveals that a green outfit. Honestly, it was kind of ugly. Not gonna lie. Sorry. And Georges doesn't really reveal anything. They're both wearing long hair, and Roxy just keeps on hitting it on the ground. It's such a good lip sync. It's such a good time watching them perform. Roxy gives it her all. Georges gives it her all. It is just an amazing performance. And you don't really know who's going to win, but you kind of do because of the storyline. It's Roxy. Roxy wins the lip sync and starts crying on the main stage again. And she goes, this is a lot for me because my drag grandmother and my drag mother did this as talent shows, and both of them have passed on, and they're here with me now, looking down and being proud at me, which is just, it's amazing. I didn't cry, but it was amazing to see. Georges, I mean, did what needed to be done, but it wasn't enough, apparently. So Georges goes to the workroom, and now we have the top four. Angeria, Roxy, Chanel, and Vanjie. So they spin, and Vanjie gets picked again. So Vanjie chooses Chanel because she knows that Chanel is not going to choose "Grooves in the Heart" by Delight because of the rap. So Chanel chooses "I'm Every Woman" by Chaka Khan. This was the second worst lip sync of the night. Both of them did okay, but neither one of them really got the soul of the song. I think that if Angeria had chosen "I'm Every Woman," it would have been fine, But in terms of Chanel and Vanjie, I really wish that they would have gotten the In Vogue song. I think that that's what this was set up for. But I just kept on watching it, going, yeah, but it's not as good as Trinity versus April. It's just not. You're not gonna beat that up because both of them had something to lose. Chanel and Vanjie are still gonna be here. They have nothing to lose. And so that kind of ticked me off a little bit because I'm watching these two lip sync to I'm Every Woman, and I'm just remembering back to how better Trinity's performance of it was, right? It's like when they do What a Man, eventually, it'll be like, yeah, but, and they better not do any Chi Chi DeVayne songs. That woman is a saint now. You can't be reusing, and I'm telling you I'm not going. If they do, I'm going to be very angry with them because that is not a song you reuse. But I just kept on watching this going, okay, whatever. I thought Vanjie won this lip sync. I really did. I thought that she did great. But no, it's Chanel. Chanel won. And I can kind of see where they were going for with that. An old school drag versus a new school drag. But Vanjie did really well. But she gets sent back to the workroom. And so Chanel gets to stay. Finally, it's Roxy versus Angeria to Groove is in the Heart by Delight, and this is okay. It was an okay lip sync for what it was, which was not a lot. Roxy really turned it out, but it was kind of hard to know which way it was going to go for a little bit until the iconic moment for both of these lip syncs. The 1, 2, 3, that little thing where Roxy did that, and it was really good. And they didn't even show what Angeria was doing. So Angeria just, why did you two have to come in here and disturb my peace? So Angeria loses the lip sync, and Roxy wins the lip sync. And both she and Chanel receive a beautiful benefactress badge. 1 minute. They both receive a beautiful benefactress badge. And they move on to the final lip sync. I don't know why they're doing this right now. 1 second. Sorry I keep on having to pause it so much. My cats have decided that now is the perfect time to get into a fight. Because they're awful little goblins. Anyway, so the final lip sync happens, and it is between Chanel and Roxy Andrews, and they lip sync to Break Free by Ariana Grande. This was the worst lip sync of the night. Honestly, I could not ask for a better song. I could ask for a better song. I love Break Free, but a final lip sync Lollapalooza song it is not. I really wish that they had gone with something a little bit more classic, a little bit more good for everybody, not just because what if Nina West had, in an alternate universe, gotten to the top 2? It would have been, she would have lost to this lip sync. So it's like, for what it was, I think that it should have been Vanjie versus Roxy here. I really do believe that because Chanel didn't know the words to this song. She didn't. And also, she looked a hot boo-boo mess. Both of them did. They were not looking good for this. They had them change, which I just don't think that they should have done. I think that they should have kept it to where both of them had to do the lip sync and the stuff that they brought. But it just wasn't it. It wasn't good. both of them really didn't turn it out. They're both getting crunches. I didn't like it. It wasn't the worst lip sync song of this season. That still is Banana. But let's face it, it was not a good lip sync. Neither one of them really showed the fire or anything like that. Um, but Roxy wins. Of course she does. She's undefeated. She gets $10,000 for Miracle of Love, and Chanel at least receives another badge. Um, so apparently next week is going to be the part one of the finale. They've already said who are you rooting for, and they gave all 8 contestants that. Um, and there are still ways to win for all of them. I predict multiple badge wins will happen next episode, and then we'll finally get the top three. My current top three are Angeria, Paris Michaels, Roxy Andrews, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to say Chanel. Plastique is good, but due to the fact that she can't lip sync to save her life, I don't necessarily believe that she's going to win. So what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.